Hello and welcome from Comic Boss 1. Hi guys, if you're missing me at the moment, I apologise. I am in for general maintenance. My MOT, as my fellow British compatriots will understand, it's kind of like the yearly safety check of your car. But obviously it's not for my car, it's for me, for my body, and I've just got some stuff that's going on at the moment. So this one is being made and hopefully it'll find you well. I'm relying on my video making monkeys to publish this at the appropriate time. If you don't see this, then I'm dead. If you do, then it's only a good sign. So look at it in that respect. But yeah, this is basically going to be a short video. Just to take you through the Signature series, if that makes sense. And what I wanted to do, I'm going to show you a CGC Signature series, but that's really the one that we're all familiar with. I also wanted to show you the kind of alternatives, and if I've not got them, then I'll mention them and explain them. But these are the two kind of main ones really at the moment. One is the CBCS version of the Signature series, and the other one is the PGX version of the Signature series. Now, this one I will just say is borrowed. This is my son's proud acquisition, which he loves very much, and it's a really nice book. It's a really nice piece. There's the Signature. I've got to be honest, and I don't wish to offend anybody in it. There was a time when during my 20s, when I kind of went after, the old Dynamic Forces signatures, autograph books with a little circular foil seal on the back. Love those, and I got loads of them, and that was great. When this kind of stuff started happening with CGC primarily, with the yellow band at the top, in fact, I'll show you one of those now. Okay, so start off with CGC grading, very well respected, very high bar, generally speaking. But with regards to the label and presentation, very clear, very impactful numbering on the grade, lovely vibrant colours on the yellows, and just really clear and easy on the eye. Okay, so when those started popping up, then I kind of looked at it and I was like a little bit sceptical. But as time's gone on, obviously I've got mine, but I don't have many in the way of Signature series slabs. So I wanted to just very briefly go over some of the options and give you a close-up for those of you who've never seen one, especially if you've just used CGC or you've just used the Dynamic Force or whatever. I just wanted to show you some of the alternatives. Okay, so this is the CBCS one. First of all, I like the hologram, or whatever you call that. I like that seal, very nice. I'm not sure, personal kind of opinion, I'm not entirely sure about that compared to, the numbering, the kind of font of the numbering. But the general kind of, look of it, the slab is very nice, I have to say. It's a really nice slab. There you go, I'll let you see the corners up close and personal, and that's the reverse. There we go. The only thing I would say is obviously is the paper. I think it's made from an inexpensive paper, shall we say. So it does kind of, there's some bubbling, whatever, sometimes. But it's really nice, and it sells that book for me. I'm also really appreciative of the tight grading as well, because, it's a 9.8, and it's nice. That's the, if you can see the spine, the grading's good as well, it's accurate. Now this one was the one that I was worried about with regards grading, so I'm not saying that to slight PGX or anything, I'm talking about ancient history. Obviously you've got to overcome that sometimes in business. The grading, it's a 9.8, so it should be pretty straightforward, and I've got to say, it's pretty tight. It's a nice example of the book. And you can see it's nice, yeah. But in terms of the actual slab, I love that, by the way, the placement. In terms of the slab, it's really, I like this. I really do like this, actually. The kind of bronzing gold, the gold effect there. It's just really, it looks like a quality product. Now, I appreciate when I say that some of you may be sniggering, but I have to say, looking at the product in my hands, yeah, it's a quality product. Also compared to CGC, now, I've shown you the CGC thing. I didn't intend actually doing much about the CGC, but, that's probably the heaviest that one. That's the newer kind of newer slab. That I'd say is probably the second heaviest. Yeah, it is definitely the second heaviest, the PGX, and it's nice. You know, it's a lovely slab. It's nicely put together. That's the reverse of it. You can see the hologram there, and it's a lot better. If you've seen some of their older kind of style, I prefer this. It's nice. It looks pretty nice, I've got to tell you. The only thing I would say is around the side. You know, there are some kind of rough finishing, rough edges, but I have to say, in general, it's a really nice slab. So yeah, so they both do kind of witnessed signature series, but they also do post-signature verification, which is something else that I like as well. Now, CBCS, I've looked at the post-signature verification or authentication, and it is excellent. It really is. I've seen the video that they do. They match it on the computer. I think they have a computer program especially. There is a video on there, guys, so if you're thinking about it, if you've got signatures from years ago when we never used to bother verifying them, if you saw them, you had eyeballs on them, you know, the guy that was supposed to be doing it, sorry, that wonderful creative talent that was supposed to be doing it, then that was good enough. Now, though, you can actually get those done post the actual action of the signature. And I think it's like a red kind of, not bright, but, you know, like a dull red kind of colour. Really nice, really decent as well, comparable with the Signature series in terms of price. Really good process as well, and quite a good turnaround. I think it's Mark Roman, is it, who does all that. Just brilliant. They've also been bought out, I believe, or merged, or however they wish to phrase it, with another company at the moment who are the premier kind of slabbers and graders for, well, they were for cards, trading cards, baseball cards, things like that, over the past few years. So that's kind of pretty recent. That's happened, I think, just in the last couple of months. Okay, so PGX and CBCS, I have to say, for mine, I like them both. They are really good. But I think CBCS, for me, the grading is so tight. Really reputable company. PGX, I've got to be honest, it looks pretty nice. It really does, and I agree with the grade as well. Beautiful placement. Oh, PGX also, I believe, does post kind of fact verification as well. I've heard mixed kind of statements and conclusions about that process, but I think for Signature series, if you're getting it witnessed, then that's perfectly fine to go with either company, really. One more option as well is this one. This is a British version. Again, some people like this company, some people don't. It's not strictly third party, okay, which is what I always say. It's a retailer, one of the biggest retailers in the UK, who also does EGC slabbing and grading. I've been around for donkey's years, but like I say, I sometimes get some of my other items done there, and they also do a post-signature verification, whereby I'm not sure what the process is, but I would imagine it to be something along the lines of them looking up on computer, and also the fact that the guy who owns it has dealt with a lot of signatures, a lot of autographed goods, yeah, so there's that element to it as well, and I think that's a brown label on that particular thing. And again, that's comparable with some of the others like CBCS in terms of price, things like that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this. These are the Signature series. I think in comparison to CGC, they're always going to be the market leader pretty much on every front. I have to say, in terms of post-signature verification, actually after the fact, CBCS really, for my money, they're the best. That's my conclusion. They are the best. Looking at it, looking at what they do. CGC, I don't believe they yet offer that. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they just do the witnessing. I love the CGC witnessing, and I love the, I know it's one of those, you either love it or you hate it, but you know that on the Stan Lee sign books, they also have this little Stan Lee drawing as well. Caricature of his face, sometimes the newer ones. Love that, but really, just have fun with your slabs, guys, and remember, keep collecting.